Hello, my name is Gus Livermore, and today I will be doing my speech to inform you about wildland firefighting in Eastern Oregon. Wildfires have long been an issue in the western United States, and climate change is only on track to make things worse, with increasing temperatures and record low humidities all over the western states. This leads to a longer and more aggressive fire season, with higher fire potential during the summers. I did work this summer in the east of the state for the Oregon Department of Forestry, Baker City unit. We were stationed more specifically in Unity, Oregon, a town of about 50 people south of Baker City. Our job as a crew is to be able to be first on scene for newly reported wildfires and keep them small, if at all possible. The Oregon Department of Forestry is unique because, unlike the Forest Service, we actually get to interact with the people that we're protecting, as we're protecting their ranches and places that are their livelihoods. I wanted to do this speech on firefighting because not only is my job, but the public does not know nearly enough about the job and what we do. I think that informing the public about the duties of a wildland firefighter is important, as well as informing the public about how wildfires start and how they are only going to get worse as the climate declines. According to Robert Scheller, a professor of forestry and environmental resources at NC State's College of Natural Resources, said greenhouse gas emissions continue to drive changes in the climate, contributing to warmer than average surface temperatures and shifting precipitation patterns, trends that are expected to increase the frequency, intensity, and duration of wildfires across the U.S. In eastern Oregon, many of the fires are lightning caused and take place in hay fields or sagebrush fields. This type of fire is much different than, say, a forest fire that comes to everyone's mind when they think of wildland firefighting. These fires move much faster as the fuel that is available to burn is called a Model 1 fuel. The model scale goes all the way up to 13, where 13 would be the slowest moving, longest burning fuel type. A Model 1 fuel is described as the fine, very porous, and continuous herbaceous fuels that have cured or are nearly cured govern fire spread. Fires are surface fires that move rapidly through the cured grass and or associated material. Very little shrub or timber overstory is present, generally less than 1/3 of the area. While a fire of this type is very fast moving, the trade-off is that it produces less heat and in turn takes less water to control. Fires like these move very fast, at approximately 78 chains per hour. A chain is a firefighting term that just means 66 feet, and in the past, land surveyors would use a chain with 100 links that was 66 feet long to draw boundaries and get the general idea for the size of a plot of land. To control many of these fires, the key is to arrive fast before there is any significant spread. To do this, my crew is equipped with a Type 6 fire engine. Engines are classed based on the amount of water that they are able to hold, the amount of water they are able to output per minute in gallons. If you were to think of a regular truck that you would see in the city, such as Clackamas or Portland, that would typically be classified as a Type 1 or 2 because of the amount of water that it's able to produce each minute. A Type 6 engine is very fun to drive because you'd be shocked to see what kind of rock crawling and off-roading they can do for a vehicle that weighs nearly 18,000 pounds. So you can see in the slide, that's our pump. It's dirty, it's all kicking up dust all the time, but reliable and never shut down on me and my boss. And then our engine, 7263, it's just an F550 Super Duty Ford with 400 gallons on the back. Here you can see the actual classifications for engines. As you can see, the Type 1 and 2 are typically the type of engines that you would see in the city for structure fires. I think the most interesting part about wildland engines is their ability to pump and roll, meaning they can run their pump and put water on the fire while still being able to drive and move. In many departments, the issue is funding and understaffing. It seems as fire seasons have gotten longer and more intense, the number of people working these jobs is declining. This can be seen especially in California in federal positions with the U.S. Forest Service. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, that after having 5,000 firefighters for multiple years in California, the number working for the U.S. Forest Service dropped from 5,000 in 2019 to 3,956 in 2021, more than a 20% decline. In many cases, it is not the amount of equipment that is lacking, it is that there is nobody to use it. This can be seen in California where, Last year, as California's fire season exploded with such monsters as the Caldor and Dixie fires, 60 wildland fire engines sat idle. Others ran only part-time. This is just one example in the state, and there are many more over the whole nation. As the climate continues to get worse, we will only see an increase in the severity of wildfires. And as more people are leaving the field, we can only expect our forests across the nations to fall into decline. It is my hope that by educating the public about the issues that face wildland firefighters and our forests, that hopefully there will be more awareness and changes made to help.